Namaste, Vincent sir.
Namaste, madam. Namaste. Yeah, very good afternoon to all.
Sir, you may unmute yourself. We are not able to hear from your end.
Is it audible, madam?
Now it is audible. Namaste, sir.
Namaste,
Pooja
madam.
Didi, time is 12:30.
Yeah, Didi, you can start.
Good afternoon and namaste to everyone. Welcome you back to the session 3 of day 3. Being inspired by the fourth keynote address, followed by the panel discussion on education, health, and SDG, we are now gathered here for the much anticipated individual sharing session. It is our privilege to have among us our distinguished chairpersons, Dr. A. Vincent Anthony Kumar and Dr. Pooja Fairwani. It is my honor to introduce our esteemed chairperson, Dr. A. Vincent Anthony Kumar. He is a professor and head of information technology at PSNA College of Engineering and Technology. With 33 years of academic and administrative experience, he is a renowned expert in data science, machine learning, soft computing areas. Dr. Kumar has guided 8 PhD scholars, published over 80 research papers, and led key research initiatives, including establishing an IoT lab at PSNA CET. Welcome you, sir. We have Dr. Pooja Fairwani, Associate Professor at MGM School of Pharmacy, Navi Mumbai. She holds a PhD from ICT, Mumbai, with over 23 years of experience in academics and industry. Since September 2020, she has been actively involved in universal human values activities, sharing content with students and faculty through online and offline mode. We are delighted to have you here, ma'am. To begin the session, I now invite Dr. Poojaji to take forward the session of individual sharing. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Lalita Didi. Welcome to our chairperson, Dr. Vincent Anthony Ji, and welcome all the delegates on the Zoom and YouTube. So we'll begin with individual sharing. So I would like to invite Dr. Manisha Gupta Didi. Didi is a BCom, MBA, PhD in finance. She was working as a professor and director at Punjab Institute of Management and Technology, Ellore. Didi has been associated with UHB Contents since the last 4 years. Welcome, Manisha Didi.
Yes, Didi. Namaste, Didi.
Yeah, Namaste, Didi.
Shall I start, Didi?
Yeah.
Okay. So, namaste to all the attendees from the Zoom and YouTube. I'm Dr. Manisha Gupta. I'm living with my husband and my children in a small town in Punjab. The name of the town is Khanna. I have worked as director and professor in a management college in Khanna for 23 years. Before I was introduced to value education, I used to read many religious and spiritual texts. So I had a very strong belief and assumption, and I had a very strong set of beliefs and assumptions, and I expect everyone to follow that. And those are having different views. I have a strong feeling of opposition for them. And this strong feeling of opposition was there in me for even my own children, my students, my family members. And it was with this feeling of opposition that I used to be unhappy and disharmonious within. And even I was going with that, moving ahead with that without being aware that I am unhappy within, and why I am unhappy, I could not know the reason, because despite of lot of physical facilities and all type of relations, I was not fulfilling within. So now when I am exploring, I could see the reason, that I used to think myself better than others in terms of my belief system. So I found myself disconnected from others due to this. So I came across with the proposals of universal human values, that is relationship, harmony, and coexistence in 2014. And the way these proposals were put forward, it was shared with us. It helped me to explore. And I found that harmony and relationship was naturally acceptable to me. And I want to live like that. But I was able to observe that I was not living accordingly. So there was a gap. I found a gap. I explored that I want to live in harmony with others. I want to live in harmony within myself always, and I want to have fulfilling relationship with others. However, I could see disharmony within me, and there was lack of fulfillment in my relationship. And I could see that for being in harmony presently, I was trapped in the loop of accumulation of physical facilities, deprivation, and unhappiness. And I was not able to ensure fulfillment with in my relationship with my kids, my children, my family members, and my students, because I was not giving priority to right understanding and understanding myself, my relationship with others. But through this process of self-exploration, I could observe that I have natural desire to be happy always, to be in harmony always. But actually, I realized that I was trying to fulfill my need of happiness with physical facilities and getting acceptance from others. So when I worked for understanding myself, so the proposal that we as human beings are coexistence of self and body. So when I explored it and I tried to verify it, I got some clarity that physical facilities are there for my body only. My need for happiness is fulfilled by my own right feelings, right thoughts, and my own right understanding. So I could also see a feeling of prosperity within me, and with the clarity that I have at present more than required physical facilities with me to fulfill the needs of my body. So I got satisfied, and then I started right utilization of all those physical facilities which are with me. I also could notice that earlier also I was not buying many physical facilities, but I used to buy with some preconditioning that people would say that if I'm not buying, I'm a miser. So for the last 2 years, I'm able to see that I'm making use of all my clothes and all my belongings rightly, with the feeling of prosperity. Even with the help of the exercises which we are doing in the morning sessions, I could observe transactions between me and my body, from where I could see that the body is a very useful tool for me. Whatever I instruct, it does. So whenever I am in this awareness, that body is my useful instrument, I could observe the feeling of self-regulation in me. And with this awareness, I could take decision to nurture my body. I could see that whenever I am having this awareness that my body is a useful tool for me, so the outcome is that I always try to take those foods which are nurturing my body. And so much so that even I have thoughts of not applying chemicals on my body. So I started using natural products to clean my face, my hair, my teeth, etc. I also got awareness slowly that sometimes I eat to get happiness out of the food. So this awareness I also got through observation. And whenever I am in this awareness, I could observe that I am eating for getting happiness out of the food. So the outcome is I start consuming less. I could see that I am eating for getting happiness, so I start consuming less. So even I got clarity regarding the Vata imbalance in my body. So with the feeling of self-regulation, I'm taking care of my food habits, eating those foods that are fibrous, and I'm trying to follow circadian rhythm and all those, that is required for making my body healthy. I'm getting up early. I'm also trying to observe my body and self, and I follow the things that can help me free from constipation and indigestion, because of bath imbalance in my body. So my perspective on health has changed, and I could observe on many occasions that body is a self-organized unit. It is in harmony on its own, and if it sometimes goes into disharmony with my right participation, I could be able to correct it. There are 2-3 instances where I could able that I got fever and I got a stomach upset, and by own participation, by being aware of it, and by without taking medicine, with the right type of food and right type of participation, this harmony got corrected on its own without treatment. So also I can see that my perspective towards life has got enlarged. Now I can see a bigger purpose for my life. With feeling of prosperity in me, I could take decision to work for now my bigger purpose of my life. That is to work for ensuring harmony within me continuously, and with that harmony, and with that, I work for my own right understanding and right feeling. Earlier also I aspired to do that. Like I have to work for my right feeling and right understanding, but I could not take the decision because of my pressure of my preconditioning. But slowly, as and when I could observe, so now I'm able to, with the feeling of prosperity and with right understanding, I'm able to now work for value education, and I'm spending more of time for my for understanding myself, my relationship, and I'm contributing towards value education through this dimension of education sanskar on pro bono basis. Since this, like earlier, I have shared that I used to read many spiritual and religious texts. So I have strong beliefs of what is to be done and what is not to be done as a human being by us. So I used to be very strict and used to dominate my students and children. So my students usually used to say that I am a Hitler. So I was very dominating in the class. But when later I explored the proposals of trust and respect, I got this clarity regarding the intention part, and I could see the lack of competence in me and in my students also. So with right understanding of their competence, and I could evaluate them properly, I could make my own right evaluation, I could make their evaluation. So I could see feeling of affection and guidance for my students and children. I can in my home also, my young daughter, who used to feel fearful of me, so much so that she had a strong feeling of irritation, and she could not share her problems and feelings with me. Many times she expressed her anger and irritation for me. I could see that I was dictating her rights and wrongs, and expected her to do the same way. She being my daughter, she has to follow what I am saying. So due to that, I could see anger and irritation developing in her. But now I could see the impact of right feelings within me. So recently, she decided to reside in a PG to prepare for her post-graduation. But just after 3 months, she decided to reside at home under my guidance. So she took a decision to come back. And it could happen, I can see it could happen only due to the feeling of affection for her during all her emotional ups and downs, where I could give her proposals to see situations as it is. I was able to see that there was no inner reactions. I was not reacting within me due to wrongdoings by her. Rather, I was helping her to see all situations and things correctly. So I'm happy that from a strict mother, I could be now a guiding and a loving mother for her. And she shared a with me, stating that I'm a loving mother. So in a span of 3 to 4 years, she has been able to express her feelings and problems with me now. I also didn't have fulfilling relations with my husband, as he is very less expressive. So I used to expect feelings from him. And when he could not do so, because I was expecting expressions from him, but he was not able to do that. So I used to have depressive thoughts and wrong feelings for him. But now, when I am able to evaluate my beliefs, my expectations, and preconditioning, I could see that I am living at the level of expectations. So I am exploring the feeling of trust and trust on his intention also. So I now could find him complementary in all my endeavors. I could find him complementary with me. Still, many a times I am overpowered by my own preconditioning, and I have feeling of oppositions for it. But the instances has reduced a lot. Now I could see intention for a larger part of time of me, and I can see his intention to make me happy. And this feeling of a relationship I can see is extending for my mother-in-law and for others also. And the result is that I can observe that I'm getting free from complaints against my own mother or mother-in-law also. And the feeling of opposition has reduced. Even when I see some past wrongdoings by them or by me, I try to see it in totality. So this way I could be able to free myself from all the complaints, and my behavior with them has become better and harmonious. Even I can see that now whenever I say something, I could propose instead of impose on them. And even I'm not dominating on my children now. So even I am able to follow the customs and traditions and religious rituals of my family with clarity, without anger and frustration and irritation. Even now, when I read religious texts and moral texts, and even I perform religious ceremonies, I do it with clarity of essence behind them. So this is all because I am exploring. I have, come across the right proposals of existential realities. So I'm trying to explore. So because of that, I got this clarity. And getting this clarity, I can see an inner guide within me. That is my natural acceptance. Whenever I have contradictions, I can see contradictions in my feelings, in my mind. I could observe that it is not natural to me. So I have already, the time has just passed. I can just express few examples where I could see that earlier I had unnatural feelings, but as I could see the natural feelings, so it has helped me to come out of it. Like I used to feel fearful traveling alone at distant places earlier. So I evaluated that fear, that it is not acceptable to me, and I could see my assumptions behind that fear. So I could correct it in the light of reality. So now even if somebody is not there to accompany me at distant places or to come along with me, I can go alone and drive, alone at distant places. So this way I am able to complement my husband. Similarly, I earlier had a lot of fear of putting my things in front of the senior people. That has also reduced. So all this has been possible because I am exploring these proposals of relationship and harmony. So I feel gratitude to all who have helped me in this journey of self-exploration. And I'm able to develop more clarity, and I'm able to understand more better now. And I see that it is a process, it is a journey, and I have to work more and more to observe myself, to be conscious. So, but I am on the journey. I'm satisfied with that. So I have the clarity that the process of self-exploration and awareness of natural acceptance is the right path for me. And now I can see a bigger purpose of me in the form of my own development of my own right understanding, feeling, and contributing then towards the harmony in others. I'm so very thankful that I'm having a feeling of gratitude for all. Thank you. Thank you for patiently listening and giving me time to express my feelings. Lalita Didi, over to you. Pooja Didi.
Thank you,
Yeah, Didi.
Manisha Didi. Yeah, it is really nice to keep listening to you, and you have shared so honestly that
Didi, your voice seems to be a bit feeble.
okay. Yeah, thank you, Manisha Didi. It's always very pleasant to hear you, and you have shared so honestly that previously you had this feeling of opposition, and now how you have converted it to relationship. And previously you were called Hitler, and now your children, your students, and your husband, in-laws all are able to relate so well with you, and you're seeing the impact of it by your daughter coming back, no, who was going for a PG accommodation. Now she's come back home, and she's ready to she's seeing that relationship in her mother, and she's seeing that change, and she's seeing that that guidance which she keeps getting from her mother. And I can see that you have taken so many bold decisions. No, you have you have left that the directorship which you were there in your previous college. You have seen the feeling of prosperity. You have you don't use the clothes for getting the attention of people should not judge you. So previously you were buying clothes not because you needed them, but because you thought people would think you were miserly. So I can see that now you are not so much influenced by people. You're able to decide things on your own right. So which is very commendable, and that is something which we all are trying for. That we don't get influenced by the outside. We are able to see things for ourselves, explore things for ourselves. So congratulations, Didi. And I can see that, you are keeping on referring to the natural acceptance, so which is really very appreciable. So thank you, Didi, for your honest sharing. Thank you so much. Yeah. So do any delegates want to ask any question? To Manisha Didi?
Didi, we don't find anyone raising their hands.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, okay, Didi. Yeah. Thank
you to all.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Didi.
Yeah, thank you. They're very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So thank you, Manisha Didi. So I welcome Chamundareshwari Didi. She's a BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering, and she's working as a senior lecturer. She joined the UHV family from 2022 and is volunteering in activities like registration, help desk, video editing. She regularly attends the weekly meeting, monthly meeting, and morning sessions. And she's sharing these values with her students. So I welcome Chamundeshwari Didi to share her journey. Welcome, Didi.
Namaste, Didi.
Namaste.
Namaste to all the delegates, panelists, and dignitaries on this platform. A hearty welcome to all of you. This is Chamundeshwari, as Didi has already said, working as senior lecturer in Electronics and Communication Engineering at a government polytechnic located in Hyderabad in the state of Telangana. I am in this department of technical education as a lecturer from 25 years. I attended the introductory course on UHV in May 2022. Before knowing these proposals of UHV, I was, of course, living my life but sometimes felt that there is something missing in my life. Don't know what it was. Sometimes I used to feel empty, sometimes very lonely, even though I had everything in my life. When I came about to know about these values, I felt that this is what I was looking for and started exploring within myself. Now, from nearly 2 years, I'm aware of myself, trying to spend more time looking inside. I am solely responsible for my happiness, and the outside influence of others or materialistic things me, and I am able to see that now I am in a
Didi,
harmony. The emptiness is reduced.
Didi, your voice is breaking. Yeah. Is everybody able to hear us
Okay,
clearly? Or
actually, I'm not using any headphones or Bluetooth.
So
I think internet is
Didi,
unstable
you have to
from
check
our
your
side.
Shall I
internet.
continue, Didi?
Please check your internet, Didi.
Yeah, maybe the internet bandwidth.
Didi, is it my internet connection you're talking
Now
about?
it is clear, Didi. You may continue.
Yeah,
Hello.
now it's clear.
Didi, you may
Hello,
continue.
Didi, am I audible now?
Yes, very clear, audible, Didi. You may continue.
Hello. Hello,
Didi,
Didi,
you're
am I
audible. You're audible. You may continue.
Okay, thank you, Didi. Even before exposing to UHV, my relationship with all the students, colleagues, relatives, friends, and outsiders was fine. But I used to face a lot of problems with the loved ones who are very nearer to me. I was always feeling that when I'm able to mingle up with all the persons outside very happily, not having any opposition or arguments with them, why this is happening to with the family members or the loved ones through whom I am interacting throughout the day. After understanding and exploring in this aspect, the disturbance has reduced a lot. Now I'm actually happy and enjoying the relation with them in true sense. I really want to thank all my mentors for guiding me in this direction. Even a small issue which used to happen in my family used to cause a lot of disturbance in me, but always I was struggling with this, that when I'm able to interact with everyone outside in a better way, why is this happening to my family members, where I'm trying to spend more time with them, when I'm trying to interact with them, doing a lot of things for them. Then through these universal human values, as I went through all the FDPs and the morning sessions, I have clearly come to know that it is through the loved ones where we actually come across these egos. The expectations are more and all. That is why we face this problem. Once I got the point that it is because of this the problems are arising in the relation, I tried to correct them, and now I'm very happy to say that I'm really enjoying the relation with my spouse and my children. And now I feel it would be better if I would have gone 32 years or 33 years back in my family life, so that I could have spent a more better life. So I really thanks mentors for guiding me in this direction. Most of the problem I used to face above the age of 50 years was my health. There was a stage where I used to feel depressed, that I'm unable to do even small things in day-to-day life. I used to feel very unhappy that I am not able to do anything. As I was suffering from hypothyroidism, obesity, hypertension, joint pains, arthritis, etc., all were leading one to the other. The first thing which I was diagnosed about 30 years back was hypothyroidism. And because of this, there were many other diseases which were following. And at one stage, about the age of 50, I was really depressed. I was not able to know what is going to happen. And as a person, I was very enthusiastic, want to do a lot of things. And being in teaching profession, I had a passion towards teaching. But I was finding it very difficult to stand in the class for 1 to 1.5 hours. But I also had the consciousness that as a teacher, it was not my salary that I want, but I want to give a better life to my students. I want to provide overall development for the students. So I was in a confused state, what to do. Then all my friends and my relatives, my family members suggested that it is better to go for voluntary retirement from service. At that time, I came to know about these universal human values. I had joined the courses and I was attending the morning sessions. I came to know about the self and the body, their needs, their activities, fulfilling, etc. One important thing that struck the body. Body is an instrument and it is the responsibility of the self to take care of the body, and the feelings, the thoughts that are going on in the self will also have the effect on the body. By hearing this concept, I was actually very much surprised and was wondering how this can happen. Then I tried to explore on these proposals and became self-regulated and self-disciplined. Previously, because of these health issues, I used to feel I cannot get up early in the morning. But when I came to know that it is the self and not the body which is deciding whether it has to get up or not. So I strongly decided from nearly 2 years, I'm regularly getting up early in the morning, attending the morning sessions and going for walk regularly. And regarding the self-regulation, regarding the food habits and all, previously also, of course, I never used to take much of the food. But now I have got more understanding regarding the nurturing of the body. So I am somewhat careful about that also. And because of all this, I'm happy to share that I'm able to do all the household work without any difficulty or giggling. There is no housemaid or servant. At this age of 58, I'm doing all the household work and I'm really enjoying it also. Previously, I used to feel all these as a burden, due to which I think my body or health was also getting affected. Even though I was doing the work, but I was feeling it, I was not happy within, and those feelings were actually affecting my body. Now, with these UHV proposals, my thoughts and feelings have changed. I am in harmony and I'm really feeling very light. At this age of 58, I'm feeling energetic. Efficiency of working also has increased a lot. I'm able to take the additional responsibilities at my workplace when compared to the youngsters. At present, there are no health issues. I don't say there are completely all the health issues are eliminated, but I am not able to feel that I'm suffering from some health issues like hypertension. All the tablets that I used to take for hypertension has also gone down. I'm not having any anxiety issues. I am also having no fear about future. Going to doctor for regular checkups has also reduced, thanks to the proposals on the holistic health given by the UHV mentors. So once again, I thank all of them for guiding me in the proper way. Before concluding, I would like to share my experience regarding UHV as a teacher, because I felt that this experience is going to help most of them in our profession of teaching. I was transferred to the college where I am working now in the month of July. That is around 5 to 6 months back. The students, when I went to that college, it is a college which is situated about 30 to 40 kilometers from the urban area and is actually located in a village. The students there, when I went there, they were very arrogant, never used to come to the class. Even if some of them come, they never listen or be calm in the class. They don't wish or greet any of the teachers in the campus. I was really shocked to see such type of students because I have worked as a teacher in the same polytechnics, that is in the Department of Technical Education in various polytechnics. But I have never come across such type of students. One or two used to be there, but here in the mass, most of the students are like that. So looking at this, if I would have been a previous person, I would have got disturbed, shouted at them, what is this, what is your behavior and all. But I was not disturbed, but felt pity for the students. Even though I was the in charge HOD, I decided that my first priority is to make the students responsible towards their studies and make them understand what is living. So I had decided to take the class daily for them, irrespective of the timetable that was given. Because most of the youngsters which were there along with me, whenever they used to go to the class, they said, no one is there in the class, madam. What is the use of going to the class? Why we should waste 1 hour or 2 hours just telling the class for 3 or 4 persons? Then I decided that I should be in the class regularly at 9:45 a.m. The college starts. I was there in the class. Hardly 6 or 7 members used to come to the class out of 60 students. I decided to speak. Actually, in the polytechnics, there is this universal human values is not a curriculum, is not a subject which is included in the curriculum. But along with the topic which I was dealing with in the class, I took 5 to 10 minutes daily to speak about these values in the class. To my astonishment, of course, I was expecting that this should happen. Slowly, day after day, I could see the improvement. Firstly, in the attendance. Next, slowly students started wishing me and interacting with me. Finally, at the end of the semester now, more than 80% of the students are regular to the class. They became very polite and started respecting everyone. I also was very surprised to see the other day that when I asked them, shall I stop the class or shall I continue the class, after taking a class for 1.5 hours, almost all the students raised their hands and said, please continue, madam. I was really felt very happy. And that was the moment where I thought that I'm really successful as a teacher. And this could happen only because of these universal human values, which I am exploring and trying to give it even to my students. Day before yesterday, there was a staff meeting in our college. All the staff stated that there is a lot of change in the ECE students. We don't know why, but on the other hand, they also congratulated me saying that you are the in charge HOD of ECE section. We are very happy to see that there is a lot of transformation in the students, and we really want to go to their class and we really want to deliver this subject to them. So I'm also very happy that I'm able to transform the students also with these universal human values, and I'm able to inculcate in my living also these values. Finally, I conclude saying that I'm able to see a lot of transformation in my sanskars and living due to these proposals. And now I'm actually living as a human being with human consciousness. Thank you one and all for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Namaste to all. Over to you, Didi.
Yeah, Didi, thank you so much. And it was really very inspiring. And it is in such a short period of time. You just joined in 22. So it's hardly just 2 years. And within 2 years, you have brought in a huge transformation. Whether, it is regarding your health, where you are suffering from so many problems, with psychologically also, that is depression you are having physical of thyroid, hypothyroidism, arthritis, and you are not able to get up. Maybe you may be having a lot of pain But just getting that proposal that the self can affect the body, and the self and body are different, and I am the self. Just with that proposal, you were able to explore and bring it into your living, where you managed to reduce all your so many years of disorder. You were able to get that down and come on track, which is very, very commendable.
Thank
Very
you.
nice, Didi. And also, this was also very good that the students are also very receptive. No, so you have inspired us. That students who had a lot of feeling of opposition for the teachers, because perhaps in the government polytechnic college nobody may be taking the lectures seriously, and they couldn't relate to the teachers.
Yes.
So one teacher, that is, you made so much of a difference, and you made the students be able to get that relationship. You were able to guide them, and whatever you are exploring, you could share with them. So, and I'm sure they could see that in your living. That is the reason why they related to you, isn't it? So
Yes,
that's really, really commendable. And also, Didi, I would like little bit more clarification, or I would like to learn from you, that you mentioned that you used to get out with people in the family especially, and somehow now you're not disturbed by that. So could you just elaborate a little bit more, that how you were able to make that change, that transformation in you?
Yes, Devi. Previously, as I have said, only the problem was I used to face in the family. Why? Because as soon as I start speaking, the other person also starts speaking. I always used to feel that I am superior. I'm doing a lot of things for them. I'm taking care of them. Why people are not listening to me? Why they want to give their opinions? First, let they listen to me, then I'll come over to them. But the same opinion, those people also were having. Like, she is my mother, she is my wife. Then why can't we express our feelings? Why she is not listening? So that leads to an argument, that leads to an ego type of thing, and we never used to talk for 2 to 3 days. I was wondering, at the same time, those people also were wondering why this is happening. At the entire day, everything was used to be fine. But when some discussion comes on, there will be a time gap of 2 to 3 days. When I came through these proposals and came to know that this happens mainly because when reacting with the outsiders, we don't expect much because we don't know about them. But when we are trying to interact with our loved ones, we think that whatever we speak, it has to be taken for granted, and we never try to look into actually their feelings. We never try to look about their opinions. That is why this is happening. So first I tried to cool down myself. I became calm. I tried to spend more time with them, giving time for them to speak, and then I tried to communicate. And sometimes I try to adjust also. Now, after 2 years, I'm able to see that these type of discussions and all there, we are really very happy. And now I can see that Didi, actually speaking, these 3 days, I am completely involved in this ICHV. I have applied leave also for 1 day. I told my daughter, see, I'm attending this session. I told my husband also, I'm attending these sessions. I will not be able to contribute much in the household work. They said, don't worry, we know what you are. You take care of your conference entirely. We'll take care of you. And I'm very happy to share that from 2 days, I'm directly sitting on the laptop. Those people are taking care of everything. My daughter is putting even the food in the plate and giving it to me. So in this way, I'm able to lead a very happy life, Deviti, because of these values. I have transformed myself, and automatically all the family members are also changing according to me. Thank you, Didi.
Yeah, very nice, Didi, and
Thank you.
very inspiring. And you can bring about that transformation with people so close to you, with your loved ones. It was
Yes.
really nice, and they
Yeah.
are cooperating so much with
Yes,
you.
Didi. Yes, Didi.
That's also very heartening to know about
Yeah.
them. Thank
Yeah.
you, Didi.
Thank you, Didi. Namaste to all.
So, namaste. Any delegate wants to ask any question?
Best, the best wishes. Being a teacher, whenever you go to class or we assign some work, but you see only the timetable. But you are being a good teacher beyond the timetable without seeing the timetable TT, and you are taking the classes attractively even for a minimum of students. So automatically, if you take some showing a involvement in the process, definitely the students will attract us and they'll come to the classes. This is the real experience we are seeing. You are being a good teacher, I think so, definitely. And thanks for sharing the entire thing at about your the health conditions with the previously what you had, and now how we have improved. And it's not only at home, but madam, it's for our students. That is
I
very,
will
very
say that
important.
having
The
yesterday
entire
from my own
student
side,
community of EC department of our polytechnic has changed. The remarkable, the real-time experience. So heartily congratulations. And definitely, I think this will lead to the converted to the great nation in next level. So very, very best. All the wishes, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Didi. So
Thank
now
you.
I invite our next delegate, that is Sophie DG. She's an MBA and a PhD in marketing. She's working as a senior assistant professor at ICFAI Business School, Bangalore. So she got connected with UHV since 2023, and since then she's attending the weekly meetings regularly and also does report writing for the weekly meeting. And she shares the proposals with the students, family, and friends. So welcome, Sophie Didi.
Namaste and a very warm good afternoon to all the delegates, my co-explorers, panelists, and the host Pooja ma'am. So I would like to share my UHV experience, although it is a very short span of time that I have been associated with UHV. But the weekly meetings have helped me gradually transform my journey. I started my UHV journey in the year 2023, September 2023, when I did it online. And at that time, I felt why these proposals are very generic in nature, and how are they going to um, help me? Because it was online, I could not connect. But later on in January 2024, I did an offline workshop in Mysore. And that was a time when I stayed in the college campus for a week. I attended the program, and slowly the instructor made us aware of the importance of these proposals, and how these proposals, although they may sound very general in the beginning to people, but once we start looking at them, start thinking over them, and start taking the proposals into our life, then we realized the profound importance of these proposals. Because when I attended the second workshop, I was in a mess. I was totally confused with all the problems that I was facing. And I was constantly bombarding the instructor with my questions, for which the instructor always used to say with a gentle smile that please wait till the end, your questions will be answered. And I thought, when will the questions will be answered? But towards the end, I got a clarity that all the problems and their solutions exist within oneself. I need not look outside for any kind of external solutions. So that is why the theme of my sharing is also UHV, a journey from outside to inside. Although UHV has helped, the proposals have started helping me in all walks of life, family life, relationship with friends. But the most profound impact what it has made in my life is in my profession. That is, since I am a teacher and I interact with students on a regular basis, I thought that is an area where I have found these proposals to be very profoundly impactful. So before I go on to share more details, I would like to just give a little background of where I have been teaching. So I teach in a professional college. It's a 2-year postgraduate MBA program. And I have taught at various places across India, starting from Kerala, then moving to West Bengal, then moving to Trichy, and finally coming to Bangalore. So Bangalore is quite a different place compared to the other cities where I have taught. It's a metropolitan city, a very fast-paced city. And the difference where I have found, which I have found here, is in the attitude of the students. In all the other places wherever I taught, the students were more receptive. I mean, the millennials. They are very notorious for not attending classes, not respecting teachers. That is there, but it was in a milder degree, and I could tolerate. But here in Bangalore, the situation was totally different. I mean, the MBA program, earlier places where I used to teach, it was about around 120 or 180 students, but here it is 500 plus students in 1 year, first year. So both year combined, it will be more than 1,000 students. So the students are having a fast-paced classes. They are constantly bombarded by lectures starting from morning 7 to night 9 p.m. And I came from a very different background where things were very settled and calm, and I was teaching in a relaxed environment, but this environment was totally different. So when I entered the class for the first time, I felt I have been thrown in a circus arena, and I have got all these wild animals around me, whom I have to somehow bring under control. Teaching was secondary. Bringing under control was the first primary thing. They were shouting, not listening, not at all bothered who is there in the class, and not even bothered to stand up when the professor comes. And I was so upset. It was a shock for me. But thankfully, this weekly meetings, I used to raise these concerns in the weekly meetings. Because UHV proposals, once you do that, you tend to forget it. But weekly meetings help you keep in touch. So in one of the weekly meetings, I raised this question, and the instructor told me that one important proposal, that whatever you do, check it in the backdrop of your natural acceptance. Natural acceptance means our own self-consciousness, whether the consciousness is happy or not with that decision. So when I used to go to the class, I used to go with all the preparation that I had made, and I am a teacher who focuses on student learning the most. That is, I want my students to focus and to listen, understand what I'm teaching, but here this was totally missing. I mean, I felt I was I was a machine going there teaching, and it was not helping. And at the end of the day, I was left frustrated, thinking that why these students are not paying attention. Am I wrong? Am I going wrong somewhere? Is there something lacking in my teaching pedagogy? Lot of questions were there in my mind. And it was not making me happy. The students were, of course, I don't know whether they were happy, sad, they were always seemed to be in the same kind of situation. So I started exploring this proposal that whatever I did, was it making me happy? Of course, I was teaching, it was making me happy, but the attitude of the students was not giving me any kind of happiness. So I started researching more on how to make them, first of all, bring them under control, and then to make them attend to this my lectures. So whenever I instructed them in the class, I was previously shouting at them, yelling at them, then getting them out of the class and using all strict methodologies to bring them under control. But the thing was that the more stricter I became, the more students came out of control. So that's why when whenever this one single proposal, that is, whenever check all your thoughts, because thoughts lead to actions. It is our thoughts which further lead to actions. When any thought comes to the mind, check it against the backdrop of your natural acceptance. That is, check it with the conscious, whether it is giving you happiness or whether it is not giving you happiness. So before yelling at the class, before shouting at the class, I used to check whether this yelling and shouting will make me happy. And the answer was absolutely no. Then I thought, what will make me happy? Then the question is, when the students, at least when I manage to bring them under control, that will make me happy. And then I started researching on the attention span and all stuff like that, engaging students in the class. And I came to know that the attention span of students, or anybody for that matter, is just 45 minutes. So in a class of 90 minutes, 45 minutes is what they will attend to. And the rest of the 45 minutes, they are, you cannot expect anything. It is just a waste of time. So I started implementing this strategy. That is, in the first 45 minutes, I told the class that, see, I will be delivering the lecture only for 45 minutes. And you also, and I started giving the proposal to them also. That is, I told them, see, whatever you are doing, just think whether this is going to make you happy. When the teacher is there in the class, you are talking to each other, you are doing all kind of mischief. Is this giving you happiness? Is this making you happy? Just think about this. And initially they were reluctant, but still some of them, I felt, did try this out, and they felt that no, disturbing the class is not giving them happiness. It is just creating disturbance and making others unhappy. And those few students, they were the ones who actually brought the change. And they started attending the class, and it was just 45 minutes of lecture. And slowly everybody fell into place. And 45 minutes, at least 50% of the class started listening, and slowly it increased to 70%. And the rest of the 45 minutes, I engaged them in some kind of discussion or activity or debate about what I have told in the class. And this totally changed the whole outlook of the class towards me as a professor. So they started attending more. They became more attentive. And yesterday I checked with them. How is it that, what is your conscience telling you now? Not disturbing the class and listening to the class. Are you happy with it or not? Just not, don't do this to make me happy. Just check this against your backdrop. Is it making you happy at the end of the day when you go back to your hostel or houses? Is it giving you some kind of happiness that you were in the class, you listened, you did not disturb, you actively participated, compared to not participating, disturbing, and making the professor agitated? Which is more acceptable to your conscience? And 80% of the students told that what they are doing, their behavior in the class right now is giving them happiness. And that changed the entire picture for me. So the last semester, I experimented this. This semester, the students, they really welcomed me and they really listen to the class and they look forward to the class. And now I am teaching a different section. The previous section students come to me and tell me that, ma'am, we miss you and we now realize what we did to you and we realize our mistakes. Please come back again as our teacher and all that they say. This makes me very happy. And so this one proposal, there are many UHV proposals. This one proposal that is checking, because our thoughts, our feelings, our imaginations, our feelings and imaginations are based on our thoughts. And the thoughts but ultimately lead to behavior. So before any thought comes up, it is essential that we check it up against our natural consciousness, our consciousness, and whether that makes us happy or not. Not the other person, just us, makes us happy or not. And that will give us the answer to most of the problems that we face in our life. So this is one proposal which I have explored in my teaching. And there are many proposals which can be explored in different aspects of our life. And they will definitely do wonders. And since my time is limited and this is what I plan to share as a teacher, as an educator. So this is my sharing, and I thank the UHV platform for giving me this opportunity to speak up and sharing my experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Didi. No, it was really very surprising that just within 1 year, no, you were able to bring so much change, and the change you were able to even bring the change in the students, which the students, who you had a feeling of so much opposition that you thought of them as wild animals which you would need to tame. Now you are able to have so coming back to you, and they want you to be in the class, and you were able to increase your competence. You did this research that what is the attention span and how to keep their attention, and you were willing to see things for yourself with the natural acceptance, and increase your competence, by doing all this research. Most of the time we feel it's the problem is outside. So which your theme is very right, that somewhere maybe it could be our competence is low. So you were able to go into that depth and look at your competences. Very commendable. And thank you, Didi. We are all inspired by it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Now, yeah. Anybody has any delegate has any question, or yeah, Vincent Anthony, sir, would you like to share now or at the end of the session?
At the end, we can share it, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Prashant, sir. You've raised your hand. 1 minute, I'll give you. Yes, Prashant, sir.
Ji, Pooja ji. Very nice sharing by Ati Didi and this Didi. So my question is for both. Whenever we are looking after the self, or if there is a right understanding, then whatever be the inharmony, you can say whatever be the problem is there in the body, but it regulates, just same. Any of you, matlab Sufi Didi can answer. So how? It is the self only I can see from your both the presentation or sharing. Ji.
Can you, sir, please tell the question again? I could not get it.
Question is, when there is some problem in the body, but if self is in harmony and if self decides, then we can perform. It was very clear from the Chamundeshwari's example. She was not feeling well, but still she has done the things. So how? It is only the self or some body also this body acts on the, you can say body is an instrument of the self. Please elaborate.
Yeah, Prashant Bhaiya, that is another proposal, that is a self and body are different, and which earlier Didi had shared such a beautiful sharing.
Yeah.
She had given such a live and very lively thing she gave. So self and body are of course different, but since we are in this body, we have to fulfill the duties of this body also. So we have to keep the self totally different. The self is not involved in any of this. So whenever whenever in the class we are agitated, I was agitated. It is the body that is getting agitated, and it is not the self. The self is always constant, happy, and the self wants to be happy, and that is what the consciousness. You check whether this agitation can be removed by any other method, or change the methodology of teaching, and check whether the self becomes happy with this. And if the self becomes happy, then implement that through the body. That is it.
So finally, the decision is of self now, isn't it?
Yeah, Bhaiya, I suppose what both
Thank you, Didi.
Chamundeshwari Didi and Sophie Didi were trying to say is that if the self is in harmony, then accordingly it may not give many instructions to the body, isn't it? So all that stress and all that hormones won't be released. So automatically the body would also come in harmony. Yeah, so now we'll thank you, Didi. We'll go to our next speaker.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Dr. Mahesh Kolte Bhaiya. So he's a PhD in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. He's working as a professor at Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering, Pune. And he's been contributing with along with the UHV team, in the UHV team since 2012. That is, his theme is nature and harmony in the larger order. So welcome, Bhaiya.
Yeah,
Bhaiya is also sharing some slides.
my slides are visible.
Yeah, yes, Bhaiya, it's visible and you're audible also.
Yeah, and that slides are moving also.
Yes, Bhaiya, it's moving.
Yeah. Thank you, Didi. And hello, everyone. Namaste to everyone. I would like to, before to start this my presentation, I would like to put my gratitude towards all those who have provided the help and guidance for my journey. Ultimately, I would like to put up that gratitude to every entity of this existence. And as we are having that proposal, this existence is in coexistence. And also towards my Guru, Nagaraj. These are the 2 pointers on which I would like to have the presentation. This is what the gratitude part. Okay. Then I started my journey with this UHV from the year of 2012, but I started to attend this morning session from July 2020. So as everyone knows about there are the 2 morning exercises are there, and these are based on the content of this universal human values. And in the morning, Raju Bhaiya has explored the concept of this morning session very rightly. And when I joined this session, through this session, I got the proposal that self-exploration and the light of the coexistence. And there are these 2 exercises. One is observing the cell by cell, and second is the observing the body by cell. So within these 2 exercises, there are the 3 aspects. One is the observer, and here we are saying the observer is self. And there are the different activities are within self, and on that level, we are observing ourselves. And second is the content of observation. And here we are mentioning the contents are the existence, and which is the coexistence. And the third one is the authentication. Meaning is to live accordingly. So these are the three aspects of this exercise. And then I would like to mention what I understood through these sessions. So I am able to see within, and I achieved to the feat of seeing the thoughts, the feelings, or sometimes the sanskar also during this practice session. I accept that I'm able to see my actions, that is, I'm able to see my imagination, and I can rise above it, and then I can see my sanskars behind it. So it is also accepted that the decisions are mine. Okay. So whatever the activities has been done, behind that, the decisions are mine. And then I would, behind that decision, I would like to take the responsibility also. So I understood that, okay, for that one, the responsibility is also mine. So it seems that being aware within, I'm able to see the decisions. And on the basis of that one, I'm able to see the attention towards the words, and that what is the meaning of that words, and then what is exactly the coming out from that meaning, that is the reality. And that reality here we are mentioning, that is the relations, a system, and the coexistence. So while observing and the testing this cell, so it seems that we have some beliefs, and based on that beliefs, there are the feelings, and based on these feelings, there are some thoughts, and based on these thoughts, I'm having the act. So whenever I'm doing some part, so that get the resulted, and that result I should get accepted. So during this practice session, I got the information about the natural acceptance also. So there are the multiple levels of this acceptance, and to whom we are calling as a natural acceptance, that is what the reality. So I got that information through this exercise. And on the basis of this natural acceptance, I tried to accept the relations, the system, coexistence, but I need to study more about to whom we are calling as a relation, to whom we are calling as a system, to whom we are calling as a reality, that is a coexistence. So by studying this reality, that is the relations, system, and coexistence, it is becoming clear that every unit has a certain behavior, and has that complement to each other. And for this certain behavior and complementary, then I have decided to have a program for a more understanding within. So we thought that to do something to prevent the exploitation of the nature, and decided to work. Just take one example about the food, and just we have decided to work on the diet for that. As I got that the information that the existence is the coexistence. So based on these elements, I felt that the exploitation of the nature should be minimized, and at the same time, the human-human relations should be tension-free, stress-free. And for this, myself and my spouse, Pratibhaji, we have intended to do something. And in this whole process, we also realize that we do not have enough knowledge to maintain our health also. Then from this, we realize that how the important is there for the agriculture, and how this agriculture is deeply connected along with our festivals and the cultures. And then dietetics reveals the relationship of this nature with every human being. And from here, the social system is getting born. So we decided to work with the farmer, and then we decided that farmers should have the natural farming. They should practice the natural farming. So we just search it out, the farmers, they are doing the farming in a natural way without using the chemicals and the pesticide. They grow the vegetables, the fruit, grain without exploiting the nature. So we made a program to work with them, and we decided to accept this food as a commodity. And for that one, we started the promoting it to the peoples. With many friends, along with the family, we created one WhatsApp group that is namely the Healthy Food Bank. So we accepted to do the promotional activity with the natural farmers, and for that one, the WhatsApp group has been created, and we have given the name as a Healthy Food Bank. So it was our decision to reach out to the people through this group, so that the exploitation of the nature that should be minimum. So that is the as little as possible, and then along with that one, the human relation that should be the stress free. And through this group, we found the farmers from the surrounding area of this Pune in Maharashtra who practice the natural farming. We also conducted some sessions in societies, colonies, colleges to find out the customers for their products, and created the awareness among the people about the diet, about the food consumption. Along with this, we also put up the proposal about the resolution and the prosperity. It was also explained how the food requirement can be fulfilled. And also the attention was drawn to the fact that the requirement is definite and the resources are sufficient. So here the system is the customer place the pre-orders at order group of this Healthy Food Bank, and the farmers, they're coming up with the produces. So they are visiting our premises in Pune on every Sunday and some of the Saturdays also for hour and half an hour. Then the customers, they came there and they take the items what they require. So nowadays we are having such 15 groups in Pune city. So every group we are having 200 to 300 families connected, and thus 3,000 families, they are associated with us. Along with that one, 100 farmers, they are taking the participation with this system. So they are bringing their produce along with this system. So here, the self-respect is more important than this roti, kapda and makan. So which is the principle of this group. So every member of this Healthy Food Bank, they have the dialogue along with the farmers, and this is what make their relationship strong, and there is a harmony along with the farmers as well as along with the we can say the nature. So here we are saying this is not a trading system, it is a family movement, and in this sense every farmer become a better and our group also grow. The leafy vegetables, the fruits, grains, oil, salt, much more than we need in our plate, all got toxin free and the adulteration free due to the cooperation of these farmers. One big change in the journey of this last 8 years is that our medical expenses have become negligible. So medical expenses, where when that become negligible, then we can say this is the saving for us. And it is now well known that nutritious food is a complete diet. So we did not know when the small and the big health problem that stop automatically. The second point I would like to place here, the assessing the hard work of these farmers and getting them a fair price is the need of the hour. So we never bargain or haggle while buying the comforts and the luxuries in the mall. No bargaining for the luxuries, but what a shame when we are having the bargaining for the necessities of the life. So in the market, the prices of that fruit and the vegetables are fixed by the middle person. And there also we are having the bargaining. So here in our system, at our group, the prices are fixed by the farmers and these are remain same throughout the year. And these are also affordable to the common man. And this make happy to the customer, the consumer, as well as the farmer. So both consumer as well as the farmers are happy and satisfied with the system. Our family members visited the farmer's field and they are also living there with their farm along with the children and they are learning there a lot from that farmers. That visits are organized frequently for the awareness or the bonding. So one problem I would like to place here. So can we really value the labor of the farmer correctly? So for this one, so if we see this example, the sowing the millet grain in the ground by hand, protecting it from the sun, wind, cold, rain, inspect for the 3 months, then separating that millet grain from the corn, then cleaning that millet by the threshing it, trying to keep that millet intact and then reaching it to us, the value for this is the priceless. So to value this labor is to look at humanity, to understand the endless labor of the nature. So all this seems like a lot of think about. So can we really value the labor of this farmer correctly? So this is the really the worth thinking about. So for our system, this the 8 years has been get completed. So 8 years ago, an idea came in mind, and the first step was taken to do this work. Now many good people join along with the system. The many chronic diseases have been cured by following this natural detox diet. Today, many people are living with new hope by following a healthy diet and the toxic-free diet while facing a major diseases. The farmers, they are serving this motherland earth, they are happy. So that their labor is properly valued at our system. Our new generation is also ready to help all the farmers. On Sundays, when that vegetables are distributed, the atmosphere is like a big family. The picture of buying and the selling is disappears, and we are very happy to see that our needs are getting exchanged with respect and the dignity. So there are the 2 points with this system. One is there is a sense of the cooperation and the participation between this farmer and farmer, between farmer and the customer, and the customer and the customer. And the second point is he got it. So there is an intention of everyone is that the nature and the human should not get exploited. And along with that one, there is a trust within. Now we can see that it has been almost 8 years so far. This is our 9th year. So we feel that every year we can see the feeling of cooperation and the participation is getting increased. Along with that one, the everyone who comes to the group, so they are addressing each other with the Tai and Dadas. So every customers, they are addressing the farmer with this Tai and Dadas. Also similarly, the farmers, they are addressing with this Tai and Dadas. So due to this Sambodhan, due to this one, what we can see that the feeling of respect is becoming the stable among everyone. So we have to work to make this nature exploitation free, and on this basis, we can see the feeling of complementariness will be there, is there with each other, and we are seeing it is getting increased, and then it would be stable. Our system is nutritious food. So that our system is based on that nutritious food, the proper justice to the farmer, the human-human relationship, and nurturing of the nature. So these are the 4 pillars with our system. And this is what the small efforts to create the awareness in the society about whole earth and to maintain our health by eating natural food as well as the treating the people like the human. So it seems that one can live with the satisfaction. Efforts are being made to ensure that the new generation adopt the system, and we are also trying to include the important issues of that labor evaluation in our education. So you all listen me carefully. So love to all of you and wish you all the best for prosperous and satisfied life. Thank you and namaste. This is from my side.
Thank you so much, Mahesh Bhaiya. And I can see, you have built what we always hear, that it should be a universal order or a human order where it continues from generation to generation. So since 8 years you're into it, and you have managed to connect 3,000 families and so many hundreds of farmers. So it's really, and they are having that feeling of bonding, which is there with, where you are saying that we are just exchanging our needs. So thank you very much, and it's very inspiring to all of us, and hope to see this system, which you all are a model of, that we can carry it forward and keep implementing in our cities also, so that it keeps growing. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, Bhaiya. So actually, we are having one more presenter, that is Lalita Didi, our anchor. So Dr. Lalita Ramachandran ji, she's a PhD in inventory model at Anna University. She's working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mathematics at RMK Engineering College. So she's volunteering here as an anchor. She has also volunteered as a co-facilitator and observer, and she's sharing these contents with her students. Welcome, Didi.
Thank you, Devi. And being mindful of the time of the session, I think I can cut short my sharing with a brief note what I wanted to talk about the theme. I actually wanted to talk about the journey of mine as a mentorship through the lens of universal human values. And to share the impact of mentorship, I would first like to share the impact of the proposals of universal human values in my own life. Me as a person before, if I like to categorize my behavior, I would say that I am a person who is not cool, calm, and composed by nature. And I'm very much reactive to situations and dominating by nature. Dominating as a mother, dominating as a wife, dominating as a daughter, as a teacher, as a counselor. That dominance would be seen in my nature. And my expectations from others that they understand me and do what I say. So if I just look into myself and I would like to coin myself, I would say that in one side of the coin, I'm a person who is quite imperative and dominating in nature. But if I just look to the other side of the coin, I'm a person who is very helping in nature. I'm a person who shows the love, care, affection to the ground, not only to the selective, but to any who is part and parcel of my journey of my life. So with the other side of the coin having the impact on my nature, I will see that however good I'm trying to do to the people, to whomsoever, the ultimate outcome would be like dissatisfaction. Just because of the nature of mine being imperative, I'm reacting to the situations. And probably I would say that even though I have done the best for the people around, I would see that I am with unhappiness towards the end. and other is also not satisfied however good I have done. So this nature of mine had a greater impact in my relationship, not only at home, in my workplace, but also I could see that with the students whom I was mentoring with, whom I was counseling with. And I would quickly brief out to the proposals that triggered out my mind. I would say that the very first session of UHP, which I heard about, was something to truly understand the meaning of natural acceptance. That was the word that made me realize that what I am and what I really want to be. And that was provoking me throughout the day, questioning the same within myself, that what I am actually. And they made us a clarity that what we really want to be. So the clarity came within that what I really want to be. I want to be happy and prosperous. And I want to make others also happy and prosperous. So the same coin I'm now able to see within myself, the other side seeing my competency, and the other end of the coin I'm seeing as my intention. So now seeing my intention to be very pure, very honest, very loyal, but the competency is something where I needed to build. And this is what I could see in my own self-development, that through the process of self-exploration within and with the guidance of the mentor and the regular sessions from the morning is guiding me, grinding me, actually refining me to the process of pure observer. So now I see that somewhere I was before in the deluded self, and I'm able to see that small little transformations in my behavior, in my work. And I could see that impact in my family also. Now, when it comes to my mentoring, I could say that before the mentoring is a process of our academic process in our college. So this has to be done as per the role and responsibility that has been given to you. So I used to do that just for the sake. You give this instruction, I did it. But later, when these proposals hit my mind, I was able to have that connectivity with my students. The proposals that got closed with my students was the trust and respect. The respect is something which, as a teacher, we expect from our students. And we would see that the students don't give that unless and until they don't see that in other end. And also, I felt that coexistence of self and body is nothing but human being. Previously, I used to see them in a different way. I used to show differentiations in the students on basis of their academic performance, on basis of their discipline, on basis of their behavior and their attitude that they show. But later on, when I came to know that as I am a self and as I have a program of competency, a program of potential within me, same is the other also having. The feeling of relationship and the trust is to be assured only when if I show them to them. If I am not showing the respect to them, probably I cannot expect that respect from them also. And that is how I started implementing few little practices in my own behavior, and due to which I am able to see that satisfaction when I'm going with counseling with the students. Previously, there was no feeling of relationship with the students, but now I'm able to see that connectivity, the impact, not only with the students, but their parents also. And whereby I am not only able to bring their academic performances well, but also I am able to see the behavioral conduct of the students also to going better and better every day. So for this, the path of exploration within me really helped me. And as I am taking teaching as a passionate work, now to be very frank with these proposals within, my mentoring has also become one of the passion. I'm doing it with so much of wholeheartedness for the well-being of the student. And the connectivity which I'm able to see from the student and the parent in terms, I'm able to reflect that in their academic performances also. So I am so heartful gratitude to all the mentors and the proposals that were being shared to us in a way of a self-development to me, and eventually going to my students through me. Thank you so much. Since the time is limited, I planned for quoting some examples of my student, but yes, some other time. Thank you, Pooja.
Sorry, Didi. Yeah, sorry, Didi. We had to shorten up your sharing. Yeah, because of the time limit. Maybe I couldn't manage it within the required time. So Didi's impact also we could see in the share in her volunteering, and we can extrapolate it to her mentoring. Now I would like to invite our chairperson, Dr. Vincent Anthony, sir. So would you give your reflections?
Yeah, good afternoon to all. Here, this is the wonderful session, and I'm very happy to be here from the PSNA College of Engineering Technology. And already we have conducted so many programs here at the PSNA CET with Dr. Maidili and Professor Kannan sir is organizing the event with the online and as well as the offline program also we conducted here, and we participated, and Sunil sir and everybody was there here, and we had a wonderful time here, and our faculty members too happy about the after attending the UHV, a lot of deliberations were taking place due to the time limit. I think we have the session at 2. I hope for the today session, the first the speaker, madam was sharing, Dr. Manisha Gupta, the director, and she was sharing about the how she took the classes before attending the UHV program and after attending the UHV program. And she used the word she was dominating the classrooms like a Hitler. And after attending the session, UHV session later, and the students, there was a lot of changes in the students' behavior and as well as and in the family too, and with the doctor and with the daughter and the husband, the relationship was quite increasing. So this much we require. We talk about so many innovation and so many subjects, but really we need, being a faculty member, we require this kind of the things. And I think it also she shared about the physically she had a lot of problem, and that also they corrected by later without any medicine. I think after attending the UHV, I think she could able to do it out. And Chanda Muniswari madam, a senior professor and the senior lecturer from EC department, and really wonderful, and she given a real-time example like how a teacher be in the classroom. We do not expect anything from the students, but we have to do our duty so that automatically the student come to the teacher. So this what everybody we thought about in the process, and uh, uh, we have to teach the good habits to the students. Therefore the student community will also change in and we talk about the self discipline. I think madam she talk about the self discipline. That was a wonderful thing. And definitely I think all the teachers should follow her advice, and we should follow very meticulously and do to the things. And next, Dr. Sophie madam from the MBA department from Bangalore. Really, I think she worked in the West Bengal, Trichy, and as well as the Bangalore. And taking a classroom for 500 students is definitely it's a very tough time. Being maybe the theory or as well as the problematic, or definitely the students will take a problem. So how we are taking this challenge in the giving the best to the students. So that is the thing. So that there UHV helped university after attending this session and other things. Definitely taking there is a change in this our side. Being a teacher, we need a change. So she her thought process, the reducing the hours for 45 minutes and taking class concentration, and the remaining 15 minutes maybe the discussion in the classroom. So that what the maybe the very good the thought process. And the students are concentrating more in the classroom, and there will be there is a behavioral changes in the classroom, and as well as the made students into the concentration more about the subjects in the classrooms. That was a good the presentation, the sharing she did. And Professor Magesh sir, really, I think we talk about the human and we talk about everything, but we have to respect the nature. I think the professor is an example of how respect the nature. So automatically, if you respect the nature, automatically we'll respect the human. So everything will come. It's like a chain. And really starting with the one or two people and taking into the 15 to 20 WhatsApp group and for 8 years, that's a long process. And bringing 300 families, 3,000 families put together and giving the best to the society. So if we have a good the health food, I think the WhatsApp group is called a health food bank. Yeah, it is bringing a good food without any the exploiting the nature free. So that is the major thing here. So I think SAR effort is we appreciate. I think we respect him, and also I think as you inform her, it should be passes through all the cities. Therefore, we'll give the respect to the farmer, and definitely this will give everything in the smooth manner. So hats up to Professor. So bringing the more community and more people here to bringing and respecting the nature. And also, I think we have to mention about the younger generation. We are using the more plastics, and here in our campus too. And we are finding the number of students where they are using the more plastics and the plastics bottle, and also that also we need to reduce. Therefore, definitely we can safeguard our nature, and as well as we can after maybe the next generation they'll take into that way, it will pass on to the next generation. And Dr. Lalita Ramachandran and the Madam Professor from RMK, and already I think she volunteered, and I think already we attended here in this, and she has given a very short and how she has transformed, making the transformation in the family and as well as in the college students. So that is mentoring the students, and it will bring them to converting into the parents too. That is very, very important. So the parents also seeing the teacher, parents also seeing the changes in the students, and that is that we require. So with this, we respect always the human, we respect the human values, and we respect the nature. So with this, I think I conclude. So thanks, Dr. Pooja Madam, and doing the wonderful session and doing the lot, and all the participants, although not participants, all we are shared among the best to the the society. So that is our duty first, and we respect everybody, each other, respect all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your thoughtful observations and insight. I now extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chairperson for their guidance and reflections. A special note of thanks to all the presenters, delegates attending via Zoom and YouTube, as well as the technical team and volunteers for their active participation and contribution. We have our upcoming sessions to be the closing ceremony of 9th International Conference on Human Values in Higher Education 2024. Looking forward for your participation at 2:30 p.m. Now we break for a short break for 2:30 till 2:30, and we resume back on time. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste, and thank you.
Namaste.